guys, what's up? How's everybody doing? Common Sense Shaver here, coming to you with a shave of the day. I hope that each and every one of you are doing well, and I want to just say thank you for joining in and participating in this shave. So we're going to talk about some of the products we got today, and then I'm going to kind of go over the razor in a little bit more detail than I ever have before. But we're going to start off with a few products. So number one, what we're going to do is a pre-shave oil, and here we have the Monroe Shaving Company Lavender Pre-Shave Oil. This is a great smelling lavender, very relaxing, gets me in the mood for a daily shave. Soap, I'm loving this soap. The soap we're going to be using, Monroe Shaving Company Barbershop Shaving Soap. Say that 3 times fast. Anyway, this is a great soap. I'm really digging the smell on this one. Nice clean barbershop scent. God, it just smells so good. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? This is some good smelling stuff. It's in our new wide mouth jars. Scent profile on this barbershop is wonderful. Very, very deep or very vibrant bergamot with basil leaf. And then it has undertones of oak moss and white patchouli. And I'm telling you what, that blend is absolutely fantastic for a barbershop. Love it. Love it so much that made a aftershave balm out of it. So here's the Monroe Shaving Company Barbershop Aftershave Balm. Really, really love this stuff here. To go into a little bit of detail about the aftershaves, I haven't done that in a while, but the ingredients list on here is, of course, distilled water, glycerin, hazelnut oil, which hazel, coconut, emulsifying wax, tapioca, vitamin E, fragrance, sorbic acid as a preservative, and aloe vera. So very good stuff. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. But I love the smell so much I had to make an aftershave balm out of it. So it's awesome. All right, as far as equipment, number one, we've got the Parker. Let me rinse this out. The Parker blue-handled synthetic brush here. I have gotten to where I started off using the Badger brushes. After having a Badger brush for a while, I went and bought a boar hair brush. And then, of course, synthetics are coming out on the market, and everybody's kind of got at least one in their shaved in, so I went and got a synthetic. This is the Parker. This is their lower model, lower end, cheaper version. It runs about $22, $23 for this brush. I sell them for $23. So yeah, it's real nice. It's very well made. Hairs are not coming out of it. It's super soft. Love this. It's gotten to where it's one of my faves, and I think that synthetics have come a long way in the past years or over the years, and Parker has nailed it very well with some very, very nice synthetic brushes. So as far as the razor today, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then I'm going to be quiet for a while, because today, I know this looks all crazy. It kind of looks like if I went to the aquarium, that could be a water dragon or a sea dragon. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, this is, let me put it kind of sort of back together. If you don't recognize what it is the Parker's SRX Barbershop or Barber's Blade, also known as a Shavette, and I just had it pulled together because I haven't put a blade in it yet. I just want to talk to you a little bit about it. This is a solid brass design with a stainless steel coating. It is very durable. It has got a wonderful weight to it. It is a beautiful razor just by looks alone. Very stylish, very nice. And of course, it has the clip push down lock at the top and not a sliding lock to lock your blade into place. So that's what we'll be using today. And the blade that we'll be using in is a Big Ben. Big Ben, there's the packet there. Let me see, here is a box. Super stainless blades, Big Ben right there. It's made by the Lord Company, or it's owned by the Lord Company, and these blades are actually made out of Egypt. I really like, I have a handle in here. It's the my Vanderhagen handle. Those blades do very well in the Vanderhagen handle for me. But it's been a while since I've used it in the Shavette, and it was probably back when I was beginning to learn how to use the Shavette. And though I am not a pro at the barber's razor, nonetheless, we're gonna use it. So I'm gonna load this blade in very quickly. So give me just a moment to do so, and to give you an idea of how to use one of these before I drop it. All right, so right here you have a couple prongs on the inside of these two halves. These two halves fit together. You see the little prongs here, and then here you're seeing, and I'm not trying to flick you off, my apologies. You can see the holes here in this half, and then when they line up, it pinches the blade in between. Now, having said that, if you look at a blade, this is a half a blade. This is the big bend that I had, and I snapped it in half. And of course, down the middle, you have the spacing where your blade would fit in a normal safety razor. Well, these little divots and cuttings and whatnot will actually line up with the pins here, and then the pins will line up with the holes, and it mashes everything together and holds it in place. So as I slow down my talking so that I don't cut myself loading this. So if you can see the blade just barely over the top there, and you see the hole down here, I'm gonna push this up, and that little click was everything lining up. So now you see the pins have lined up on that side, and then all we do is take that clip here or the lock and push it down, and that locks it in place and secures it and ensures that the blade itself does not slide around. So that is how we load one, and then we're going to go into using it. So I've just gotten out of the shower, face is nice and hydrated, and we're going to put on some pre-shave oil. And that is plenty. There's not but about, it's about a nickel, a little over a nickel size amount there. We're going to rub that into my face. I've got about 2 days of growth, so this will be a good time to use the barber's razor. I hope everybody's doing well. I would like to say good morning to you. Yes, and it is morning here. That is different than what I have said in the past. Usually it's joining me for a nightly shave. And I know I haven't been around very often, or here lately. I've been kind of off the radar. And the reason being is because the office work has changed its hours. The office that I work for my 9 to 5, so to speak, has changed some hours. And that has drastically affected how I do my videos. All right, so I got that rubbed in. Wipe my hands off just a little bit, and because we're doing a Shavette, I'm going to open this little case here and get my alum block ready, because alum is a wonderful thing when you have wet fingers and you're trying to use a straight razor or Shavette. Anyway, the office hours have changed a bit, and I'm just going to dip a little bit of water in there to get the top layer of that soap just a little wet. Got my brush. I'm going to flick a little bit of that water out, and we're going to go into a load. So I'm going to load while I talk. So the office hours have changed for my normal job. My 9 to 5, so to speak, is not a 9 to 5 anymore. It is a nighttime job now. Yay. So that has changed a lot of what's going on in my little household, but it's all good. Enjoying it, and the hours are a lot longer than the average 9 to 5, but that's okay too. But it's just work, 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 work. All right, so I have got a nice start to a lather there. If you can see, lighting's probably a little terrible, but it's got a nice sheen on it already, nice glossy sheen to it. And we're just going to go straight to the face, and we're going to lather right here on the face. So, and I am using, I'm not using hot water. I'm using a very cool, lukewarm water. It's not ice cold. It has a little bit of warmth to it, just for a little, not so much shock value, but. So yeah, that's the reason I haven't been around. Just work hours have changed around the office, and I'm having to adjust, and unfortunately adjusting is taking a lot longer than it should. Now for me, and when I use my straight razor or my Shavette, I don't really like a huge lather. I like for it to be a little thin, and this is getting thick on me already, so I'm going to stop right about there. And I have not, I'm prone to ingrowns, and I really haven't taken care of my skin over the last couple of days the way I normally do. So I expect that once I shave all this off, there'll probably be a little bit of spotting due to the whiskers trying to grow back in and irritating the surface of my skin. So I expect that to be there when we get done. All right, let's talking more shaving. Here we go. Parker SRX Shavette Barber's Razor, Monroe Shaving Company shaving soap. Big bend blade. And it's actually going through that with no problems. Add a little bit of alum to my fingertips here. No problem whatsoever. Going around the chin there, it slipped out of my hands a little bit. I may have a little nick there, I'm not sure. As you can imagine, I have a pretty pointy chin, or imagine I have a pretty pointy chin. And as you can imagine, it's tough to go around sharp edges like that. But we managed to get it done. A little more alum on the fingertips for the other side. When you're dealing with straight razors, it's very important to set your face and not move it very much. And I have a tendency to move my face a little bit when I'm doing this. Like that. And I nicked myself a little bit when I did it too. You have to set your face, make your stroke, and then readjust if necessary. And so I can see a few spots of redness. That is not from the blade. That's because those are areas that I'm prone for ingrown hairs. And those hairs were long enough to irritate the skin as they were trying to grow back in. All right, I'm gonna rinse off. We're gonna relather. We're going for pass 2 here in just a moment. Don't go away, I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Pass number 2, I add a little bit of water to this. Thin it up just a little bit more. And the smell of that is fantastic. All right, here we go. Pass number 2. And come across the grain from ear to chin-ish. A lot of this is done by feel. Some of it's done by sight. But the majority of what I just did is all done by sight. All right. I mean, feel, sight, feel, sight. You know what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Other side. being so for careful around that chin area. And there we go. All right, I'm gonna clean up one last time, and then we'll come back for some aftershave balm, alum block and aftershave balm, and some final thoughts. Be back in a minute. All right, so got that rinsed off. I'd like to say that I went through that whole entire shave without a nick, but I did. I actually got one, and it was not where I thought I was going to get the nick. I thought the nick was over here, and it's actually over here, and it's one of those spots where that ingrown wanted to go in. This is my trouble area. Most people have a trouble area. And this side of my neck, this divot is very deep, and that is where my trouble spot is. And the way the hair grows, if I don't shave every single day, I get irritations from ingrowns. The hair is extremely curly underneath here, and I mean, as soon as it breaks the surface, if it breaks the surface, it goes right back down. And so generally that's where I get my irritation from, but good products help with that irritation after a good shave, and that's what we're going to do now, is use some good products. This is an alum block here. I've had it for, I guess I've had it for maybe a year now. And it has been one of those things where I love to use my alum block. It can be spicy in some areas at times, depending on what I'm using. Generally, I get a little bit more spiciness, or when I say spiciness, a little bit more burn from the straight razor or the barber's razor than I do my safety razors. And that's more or less because I'm still learning my technique. Even though I think I did fairly well, I'm still learning techniques. Proper race to hold, directions to go, things of that nature. But right there in that area there where I had that irritation, that's where it's kind of burns the most. But it's not very bad. I mean, you know, I don't think you saw me wince when I was using this, because it's not really that bad. But I just lather that stuff all over my face. Love it. Slather, lather. I just rub it all over. But yeah, that was about a 4-ounce bar, maybe 3 and some change. And I've had it for over a year. I have not dropped it yet. And it came in a nice case. So if you're looking at a year's worth, that's kind of where we're at after a year. So I probably got another year. Very inexpensive when you think about how long it lasts. All right, let that soak in for just a moment. Disinfect really well, and I'm gonna rinse that off, and I'll be right back with some aftershave balm. All right. pat that dry. You know, I'm very pleased with that. There's still good a bit of like the moisture from the soap, which is a good thing. It didn't strip all the oils and everything out of my face. I still have a good bit of moisture on my face, which is what I need when you deal with those ingrown irritations. All right, here we go. Barbershop Aftershave Balm, Monroe Shaving Company. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 for good measure. Don't need a whole lot of this stuff. Little goes a very, very long way. It says a small amount. And that's a very small amount there. So smells great. That just complements the soap. You still smell the soap a little bit, but then you get that on top of it, and it just kind of like reignites a smoldering ember. And it is all gone. All gone. That will help underneath there. That redness is not too bad. It's already went down a bit. But what a awesome shave. All right, so recap what we had going on here. We had the, there it is. Lavender Pre-Shave oil right there from Monroe Shaving Company. Lavender. It was a wonderful start. And then here's the lid for the Barbershop shaving soap. Barbershop shaving soap from Monroe Shaving Company. It was outstanding. Bergamot, basil leaf, oak moss, and white patchouli for the keynotes in that scent. And it is a wonderful scent. And then we just matched it up with the Monroe Shaving Company Barbershop Aftershave Balm, which you just saw me put that on. Equipment, already rinsed it and put it away. The Parker synthetic. This is the blue handle. This is the bottom line synthetic. They've got about $22, $23 is what this should cost you roughly. Very soft. One has quickly become one of my go-to brushes, just that synthetic. I'm going to have to go back and get another one. Spend a little bit more money and get a very nice handle for my shaved end. But I'll tell you what, when it comes down to it, a handle is only cosmetic. As long as those bristles work the way they're supposed to and has a great feel, man, who cares what the handle really looks like? I know. Everybody wants to be stylish and have something nice in their shaved end, and I get it, but you're not really using the handle. You're just holding on to it. Bristles is what's important. All right, going back here to the razor, we used the Parker Barber's Razor SRX. This is a beautiful razor. Really enjoyed using it. And of course, we had the Big Ben. What did I do with it? The Big Ben razor blade inside of it. So it was fantastic. It worked really great. Didn't really have any hang-ups. No big nicks or anything like that. So good deal, good job, and rock on. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video here. I appreciate you joining in to me. I'll leave a link down below to the Monroe Shaving Company's store, online store. The products that you see here should be online there for your purchase. And just want to say, as far as from Monroe Shaving Company, thank you very much for all your orders. We've sent out orders all over the place over the last couple of months that I've been absent. So not only busy at work in the office, but also busy here with the company. And thank you very much. Appreciate all the orders from everyone who has done so. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope that you have a wonderful day and enjoy your evening and your weekend. And be safe, have fun, and have a happy shave.